Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, guys, as usual, several things to say, many players to mention, many stories. Let's jump into it. And here we are, guys, always to keep you updated on the market, always many things to say. It's a busy Friday on the market. Let's start with here we go, because Tammy Abraham is returning to the Premier League. I told you in the past few days he agreed personal terms with Aston Villa, and now deal done. Villa, Besiktas, Tammy Abraham to Aston Villa from Besiktas is now, here we go, for 21 million euros fixed fee, add-ons, and Salih Okchan, midfielder, ready to join Besiktas. So Tammy Abraham will be new Aston Villa player. Everything has been agreed, the medical is being booked, and so Tammy back to Premier League. Football. More to say, another big story of the day is about Andy Robertson, because as reported by The Athletic, there are negotiations underway between Tottenham and Liverpool for Andy Robertson. I can tell you more that the player is keen on a move to Tottenham, so Robertson is ready to make this wish to Tottenham Hotspur. He gave the green light, he's ready for a fresh challenge, and the negotiation, while I'm recording this video, is advancing very fast, very well, so the deal could be done soon for Andy Robertson to become a new Tottenham Hotspur player from Liverpool. It would be a permanent transfer. I mean, he's obviously out of contract, so the original plan was for Tottenham to consider a move in the summer transfer window for Robertson, but now Tottenham ready to make the deal happen immediately, despite already signing a left back, because Tottenham in this window signed Souza, Brazilian left back from Santos for 15 million euros. They deal made official 24 hours ago, but despite that, they are now closing in on a deal to sign Andy Robertson from Liverpool. Everything is proceeding very well, everything is proceeding very fast, and so this is more than a concrete possibility. This switch could happen very, very soon. Let me mention more, guys, because I also wanted to talk about Chelsea. Well, from what I understand, Chelsea made contact with Juventus to ask about Douglas Luiz. So now club to club is starting. Let's see, because it's still an initial conversation between Chelsea and Juventus, but the two clubs are now talking about Douglas Luiz. And today we understand more, because we know Romeo Lavia is injured, but also Dario Esugo, the other midfielder into Chelsea squad, will be out for more than 1 month. That's what Leandro Senior said in press conference after suffering an injury in training with Chelsea. And so Esugo out, Lavia out, Chelsea have Enzo, Chelsea have Moi Caicedo, Chelsea obviously have Andrei Santos, but to add one more is something they want to do, and Douglas Luiz on a loan deal from Juventus is a concrete possibility. The player is open to joining Chelsea, so now depends on Chelsea and Juventus to try to reach an agreement. And remember what I told you, Chelsea are only interested in a loan deal. Chelsea don't want any obligation to buy Element, because Nottingham Forest had a deal done in the summer on loan with an option to buy to become obligation under certain conditions. Chelsea want to remove the obligation system unless it's very complicated, so they don't want to be forced to buy Douglas Luiz in the summer. If they can do a deal on loan for the next 6 months, Chelsea will be happy to proceed. Otherwise, if these conditions are not right, Chelsea will leave the conversation. But now club to club has started. Chelsea also approached the agent of the player, Giuliano Bertolucci, one of the most powerful agents in South America, not only, and so now the conversation has started for the Douglas Luiz deal. Aston Villa are out of the conversation after initial calls a few days ago, and so now Chelsea Douglas Luiz deal on. Let's see what's going to happen with Forest still involved in this conversation. Forest signed Lorenzo Luca from Napoli today, contract completed, medical done. Lorenzo Luca will cost 1 million euros loan fee, 35 up to 40 million euros package for the option to buy, not mandatory also in this case. More to say, guys, on to English players before jumping into the final stories. Kobbie Mainoo today, very beautiful press conference by Michael Carrick, confirming what I told you in a video yesterday. Man United want to offer a new deal to Kobbie Mainoo, and Carrick was not talking about the contract, but Carrick was talking about Kobbie. He said young players like Kobbie Mainoo must be the foundation of Manchester United, and so the message is very clear. They want to build with Kobbie Mainoo. They want to make Kobbie one of the crucial players, and the new contract is going to be a key topic, as I told you last week, I told you this week, and I keep repeating. Man United want to discuss a new deal with Kobbie Mainoo. The conversation is active, is concrete, is ongoing, and then we will see how it will continue in terms of numbers, in terms of fee, in the next weeks and months. But for Man United and Kobe Mainoo looks completely different story. Then, on Chelsea, guys, and this is also linked in some way to Manchester United. Many questions on Cole Palmer, guys, because we had rumors in England about Cole Palmer desire to go back to Manchester, maybe to Man United, Cole Palmer to leave Chelsea in the summer. For sure, in January, nothing is happening. But also, guys, at this stage, Chelsea position is very clear. They see Cole Palmer as a crucial part of the project. Chelsea don't want Cole Palmer to leave the club. Today, Liam Rosignol in press conference said he's a crucial part of our long-term plan. He said, I had several conversations with Cole and he's very happy here. So Chelsea are not in alert for anything at this stage. Obviously, there will be always rumors around Cole Palmer, a fantastic player. But as of today, January, nothing is happening and Chelsea are counting on Cole Palmer at this stage. So that's the story at the moment. And also the message from Rosignol was quite clear to play down the reports in the recent days. Chelsea wanted to sign Fermin Lopez in the summer, in the final days of the summer transfer window. Was not possible because Barcelona decided not to give the green light and also the player wanted to stay at Barca. And today, as reported in the recent hours by Carlos Monfort, and it's true, Barcelona have started conversations with Fermin Lopez to open, still early stages, talks over new contract. So Barcelona want to discuss a new contract with Fermin Lopez. The conversation will enter into important stages later on, but talks have started with the agency representing Fermin Lopez over potential new deal. Because obviously, first, Barcelona reject the possibility for the player to go. And usually, you know, in football, when an important player like Fermin receives an important proposal, like the one he had from Chelsea, it's still normal to have a conversation on the contract right after, if the club is keeping him. And then Fermin is performing in a fantastic way, 20 goal contributions this season. So his impact has been massive. 19 starts, 20 goal contributions. So what he's doing in terms of goals, assists and performances has been excellent. And so Barcelona prepared to discuss a new contract and a better salary with Fermin Lopez. Just to finish, guys, many questions on Emiliano Dibu Martinez about Inter, because there are links in Italy between Inter and Dibu Martinez. At this stage, guys, Inter are not in concrete talks for Dibu. He's been offered by his agents as a possibility for the summer. Dibu at the moment is not planning to leave Aston Villa in January. Never say never, but at this stage there is nothing. In the summer, Dibu could leave Aston Villa. So Dibu Martinez could be one of the goalkeepers to watch in the summer window. Inter will sign a goalkeeper in the summer, and so they've been offered the possibility to go for Dibu, but at this stage, still nothing advanced, still nothing close, and also Inter probably look also at younger goalkeepers at this stage. And so, guys, let me hear your thoughts on all these stories from Teddy Abraham, Kobe Mainoo, Robertson, and then we have Cole Palmer, Dibu Martinez, Douglas Luiz and Chelsea, also Fermin Lopez. Your opinion, guys. Hit in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon here with Fabrizio. Ciao.